The ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and our home team. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Ready? 18 Gator. Hey, Sam on. Kill. Look at me. Go fight.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. Second down and inches. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll set up a throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Down, 30 base.
I got 15. Watch twist. Sponge. No.
Go. Ready.
Block now on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Keep it up, guys. Check. Fresno.
Bam.
Check 15.
Hey, Echo.
You got tight right there.
Shoot.
Block now on first down. He sets to fire deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check 26, check 26.
He'll drop to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Ready? Hey, one set. Check Mike 54, Mike 54. You gonna see me in your nuts. Go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Open man is Higgins. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Lions.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. 54.
You're right.
They'll set up to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll have a first down inside the 10. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. Accepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. 2nd and 2. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Jim.
You're out. Ready.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the team.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
60 or 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, high 7.
Mike, 15. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Snap.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey,
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11.
get it.
On play action, they'll throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
Now.
Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 11.
Go.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Set. 8 read.
Mike Smith.
Gone.
Better bring.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
In your face.
Yep. 22 jet bomber. 5.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Squeeze. Under 10. Hey, Delta.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2nd and 9 now. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Throwing. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And Tucson, Recon, 132 fighter.
Back. Check 31. Kill.
Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up. Past the 10.
It's easy work. It's easy work. It's coming again.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
On first down, Locke. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Look at me, zipper.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Clock now to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Ready?
Throwing on first down is Locke. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Leo.
Undercrush.
On first and 10, here's Locke. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
80's yours. Slam. Big edge. Watch twist.
Bam. Short out.
Check the backer.
Now.
To throw it is Locke. Complete. Smith has it. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
61, match box, light.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Set, blue draw Corkers. 50, plant.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got Smith here. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Let's get it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's locked, and that's caught by Smith. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
49-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
I got one.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Locke. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check. Check.
Rock it.
Crunch.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
Locke again here on 2nd and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double check. My math, but it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double checking it, but the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. Tackle made by Justin Evans.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken at the 23. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 1.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Now a first down carry by Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
I'm going to hit you all day.
On the tackle. A 7-yard pickup.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Go! Let's go! Ready?
Again, it's Jones. And he's got some space here. 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big run there by Jones. 47 yards on the ground. They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Parkey with the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receiver. Eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15.
Hey, zoom.
Let him know.
Here's Locke. Looking downfield for Godwin. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 45 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey.
Clock now on 1st down. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Parkey adds the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check safety, check safety. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Kill. Get it.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Check. Fresno. Check 15. Check 15. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check 3.
Now.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Going for it with Sanders. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll look to throw. And the throw right sideline is complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Back to throw. Lock. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Hey, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go. Jay Reed.
15. It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time.
To throw is Locke. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tracy Walker. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their coverage.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
On first down, it's Sanders. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, tight down.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
57's the mic, 57. Hey, we got to keep it stopped here, D.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right, and he fires one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick, and he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish